can't quite. Okay. All right, so to quickly explain this, this is a bi-daily gaming news mini podcast. So it's going to be sometimes just me, sometimes myself and a guest. This time it is Tevi from the Discord server everyone might recognize. So it's my camera's on the top left, his is underneath me, the live chat is at the bottom. So what I mean by bi-daily is if this is successful, if it gets enough views, if it encourages people to support the channel with super chats. So getting your questions read or whatever by donating $1, $0.50, $2, $5, $10. The other day on the Highland Gamescast, everybody was nice enough. Altogether, we got about $60 in donations because there was two people that were like fighting each other, trying to out-top. So thank you for that. So today we have a few different news stories, and you actually should be able to see the news stories in the tab for the web page that I have opened. So we're going to be talking about Smash Brothers Ultimate, Doom, Fortnite, Smash Brothers, again, sort of, going a bit more in depth.
Smash.
Yeah. And, so we're going to be talking about everything. It's going to be a little bit different than our Highland Gamescast, where it is us discussing everything. So instead of more of a discussion thing and having everybody's webcam blown up, this time we're only going to be on the news stories for about 4 to 5 minutes, and everyone is going to be able to follow along with the news story. Typically, you'll just see us on webcam reading on the Highland Gamescast, and then we discuss the news story for about 10 minutes. And that's the typical videos that we upload every day. Earlier, we had one on old Zelda rumors. But this time, we're just going to give you the news. You're going to be able to read the news with us. You're still going to be able to see our webcams, but you're going to be able to read the news with us. Because sometimes we have idiots in the chat saying that we're making it up or something like that, or that it's not actual news or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, we name off the website that we get the news from, and then we discuss, like, we read the entire article and then discuss it. So yes, it's news. All you have to do is type in like the name of the website and the title of the article that we're reading off, which we say before we start reading. So anyways, this, you can see it and read along with us, so you know we're actually telling the truth, which we always do, because sometimes people don't necessarily believe the rumors and stuff that we're reading off. So this time you can follow along with us. So,
Yay.
Yeah, and again, super chats are encouraged, but you don't have to. At the end of this, so we're going to read off the news story, and then we're going to be discussing the news story for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to go to the next news story. It's not going to be a long discussion like the Highland Gamescast, but we are still going to be doing the Highland Gamescast. It's just this will be every 2 days. So we're going to be doing this every 2 days again. I'll give another briefing, I guess, of what this little mini podcast is. We don't have a name for it yet, but on the next episode, which will be Friday, I believe. Today's Wednesday. So yes, Friday, I'll give another introduction for this. But then after that, we're just going to get straight into the news. We're not going to be talking about whatever. We will occasionally read the chats as we go through. But if you have a super chat, we will stop and read it automatically, so you don't have to wait. Alright, so our first piece of news is how sexy Tevi is.
Oh, I love this one.
No.
Oh, this. Oh.
So go ahead and introduce yourself, Tevi. Tell everyone who you are, and then we'll get into the first piece of news.
Alright, so hello everybody. My name is Tevi Bear. I am just some random guy that found his way on the Discord, got added as an admin, and now I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
That's about as good as I can explain it.
All right. So our first piece of news comes from elexpo.com. This is one that Tevi actually brought up. I was aware of it, but couldn't necessarily find an article talking about all of it. So, wait, can everyone hear you? Do a quick test on the stream. Like, turn the audio up and see if you can hear yourself, Tivy.
I'm pretty sure I can hear myself.
Because I want to make sure people don't think I'm talking to myself. Which happens a lot, guys. While he's looking at that, Seth says, that would be ridiculous for someone to say that you guys are making things up. Haha. This is what you guys do for a living. Of course you get your info from this.
I can hear myself. We're good.
Alright, so he's good. Damien says we can hear him. Tyler says, I'll be incredibly surprised if Shadow or Skull Kid aren't in Smash Ultimate. Alright, so that brings us again to the first piece of news from Elexpo. Smash Brothers Ultimate roster rumors. Banjo-Kazooie, Shadow, Sora, and Skull Kid. We have an image, of course, behind the title of the article. But they say, and yes, we are going to read through the entire article. This is why we have it on the screen, so you can read through with us. And you can see what's coming next in the tabs above if you want to follow along for yourself. Alright, so it says Smash Brothers Ultimate roster rumors are gaining pace, especially with Simon Belmont, Richter, King K. Rool, Dark Samus, and Chrom recently announced. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes,
Recent Smash Bros. Ultimate leaks suggest characters like Isabelle, Rayman, everybody loves Rayman. Yes, Rayman, Incineroar, and Black Shadow will make it to the final roster. Ilia's here! Woo!
Oh,
Great
she's
for
it!
Ilia.
Yay!
She does the voiceovers. I need to edit that video later. Anyways, which she has another video, quick interruption, on her channel. It's very odd. She has a video that she posted on her channel that is eerily similar to a video that I sent her to record audio for. So like all of the plagiarism stuff's going on with that we're not going to get into.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Yeah. Which is why we haven't even mentioned it on the podcasts or anything, because I just not interested in it. I was on a few podcasts with the person, and for personal reasons, I guess, I don't want to bring him up. Although what he did do was wrong. But I hope that he's able to bounce back, realize what he did, and everyone can just move on. But anyways, the joke being Ilia plagiarized my mysteries thing, which of course she didn't, because mine is only focused on Majora's Mask, while hers is focused on Zelda as a whole, and all of hers were like recorded a long time ago and stuff. So I'm only joking with you, Ilia. We love you. Alright, so, yeah, where was I at? In addition to the leaks, there are rumors surfacing for a range of characters appearing here. Here are some of the most interesting. Skull Kid in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Very likely. It's worth betting that Skull Kid will be announced soon with his assist trophy missing. And hold on a second here. I gotta check something.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause. Alright, so it's worth betting that Skull Kid will be announced soon with his assist trophy missing and various leaks and hints pointing towards it. This seems all but confirmed. It has a tweet here from One Pun Man, Prince Kawaii. Okay, but the moon, just the moon from Majora's Mask, is a confirmed assist trophy. Why would the moon be a trophy, but not Skull Kid? Some people also believe... So the point that he's making there is before, if I'm remembering correctly, Tevi, they had Skull Kid with the moon as an assist trophy before?
No, they only had the Skull
Okay.
Kid. It was
Screw
just the
me
Skull
then.
Kid doing. It was just the Skull Kid doing various status effects that he did on the players. Like he would make their controls backwards.
Did he not bring
make
in
them
the moon,
invisible.
though?
No, he did not.
Was that
It was just. Yeah, it was just the
Hyrule
Skull.
Warriors?
It was Hyrule
Okay.
Warriors. He drop kicked the moon in his special attack.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Okay, got those confused for a moment. So yeah,
Okay.
it's very interesting that they removed Skull Kid as a assist trophy or as an assist trophy, and now just have the moon. It continues. Some people also believe that the purple and yellow chairs and the background of Sakurai's recent Nintendo Direct represented Tattle and Tail from Majora's Mask, Skull Kid's fairies. Yeah, so in the picture here, this is a really cool thing. This is why I like this podcast, because usually when we talk about specific stuff on the Hylian Gamescast, you guys can't necessarily see it because we only have our faces, because that podcast is more meant to be listened to, not followed along with like this. So it's really awesome that on this you guys can actually see and follow along with us. So again, we have Banana Split here saying the chairs, hashtag justice for Waluigi, Waluigi for Smash,
no.
hashtag Waluigi.
No.
So yeah, it's very interesting here that he thinks it's for Waluigi. I think I seen some people theorizing that it was for Banjo-Kazooie, I think. That the yellow and black.
I haven't heard those.
Of course, yellow and black can hint towards a lot of things. But it continues. Yeah, see right here it says Banjo-Kazooie and Smash Ultimate Possibility. So it continues. Others speculated the colors could represent Karate Joe from Rhythm Heaven or Waluigi. The latter theories seem less likely, as Waluigi is already an assist trophy. Banjo-Kazooie and Smash Bros. Ultimate Possibility. Banjo-Kazooie, the bear-bird duo who originated on Nintendo 64, have been requested by Smash fans ever since Melee. The series was created by Rare, who soon moved from Nintendo to Xbox. After King K. Rool's confirmation, another Rare character. That character was 100% created by Rare. Nintendo may have had a little bit to do with it, but it was similar to when Square Enix, or at the time I think it was just Square.
It was Squaresoft.
Yeah, Squaresoft, before they combined with the other thing. But Square partnered with Nintendo for Super Mario RPG, and the reason we didn't get Super Mario RPG 2 or see almost any of the new characters seen in that game was because Square owned the rights to a lot of the original assets from Super Mario RPG. So whenever they went to develop Super Mario RPG, or RPG 2, they ended up just calling it Paper Mario. So anyways, continuing this, Banjo, that was created by Rare. Rare kept the rights, obviously, for Banjo, but there was, I think, some confusion, especially from myself. Nathan is the guy that was in the bidding war with the super chats last time. So thank you, Nathan. He says, don't people think that Nintendo has the chairs that are just colorful?
Yeah. But why those specific chairs?
Yeah, I think they actually put a lot of thought into the background of their Nintendo Directs.
We will get to that.
Because why would chairs be there anyways? Like, that doesn't seem a place that Nintendo would just store chairs. They would have like a closet or something specifically for that. Anyways, so continuing with this, got off track a little bit, which is what the actual podcast is for. Again, I need to get in the rhythm of this to like just give the news without giving our thoughts until the very end, which is what the Hylian Gamescast is. Trying to keep this completely different, but I'm having a lot of trouble, so I apologize, guys.
Break the habit. Break the habit.
Banjo-Kazooie, the bird duo who originated on Nintendo 64, have been requested by fans ever since Melee. The series was created by Rare, who soon moved from Nintendo to Xbox. After King K. Rool's confirmation, another Rare character, Rare retweeted the announcement to show their support. This makes the inclusion of Banjo-Kazooie seem more likely, especially with all the fan demand on Twitter. They have a tweet from Fuzzy Pickles. Fuzzy Pickles, guys. Fuzzy Pickles tweets the photos of Banjo-Kazooie that we can see here and says, We get Megaton reveals in Simon and K. Rool, and we're still not done. Sora Sakurai, there's no turning back. You must. Hashtag bring Banjo home. Hashtag Banjo. Hashtag Banjo Kazooie. Lots of
Nintendo.
lots of random hashtags there. So the interesting thing with this, at E3, we were sitting there, watching the conference from GameSpot. They were doing their live stream conference thing where they had different hosts interviewing different people, and they had Kind of Funny, so Greg Miller and some of the other people, the people that kind of inspired my channel, who I was lucky enough to have on my channel when I first began it. So GameOverJesse obviously came from Game Over Greggy. But anyways, Greg was interviewing for GameSpot, and they brought on the person in charge of Xbox Live, like the president, CEO, whatever you want to call him, of Xbox Live. And when they asked him what character he would like to see in Smash, he said something along the lines of he would be happy. So coming from the guy who basically runs Xbox, he would be happy with almost any character in Smash Brothers. But if he had to pick just one, it would be Master Chief. And I think he just says that because they teased the new Master Chief game, or not new Master Chief game, sorry. They teased the new Halo game. And especially during the Xbox 360 era and the original Xbox era, that kind of kickstarted everyone wanting to purchase Xbox Live to play games online. Halo was really the fuel of that. So I can see why the person in charge of Xbox Live would say Master Chief, since it's basically the game that is the reason for him having the job that he has. So moving on from Sora, this is a really long news story. We'll probably go through the other ones really quick, but there's a lot of stuff in this Smash Brothers one.
Yeah, it is Smash Brothers after all.
Yeah, Sora from Kingdom Hearts in Smash Bros. Ultimate Possibility. Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series is another character in popular demand from fans. YouTuber HMK, our friend, used to be part of the now defunct Chamber of Sages with us. We have I think the video that I sent the audio for Ilya from is actually a video that will feature HMK, Commonwealth Realm, and Dr. Wily. So it's going to be those three, Ilya, myself, and Sexy McIntyre, featured on the
my
video.
Boy Sexy Mac.
It's a theory about Stone Tower Temple and some other stuff that I can't say without ruining the theory because I want to get it posted before other people plagiarize it. So YouTuber HMK, a friend of the channel, recently made a video discussing Sora's chances. He mentions that in a discussion with Justin, Vice President of Disney Japan, Scarpone, said Sora could be in Smash Brothers if the fans and Nintendo want it enough. Obviously, Square Enix.
I want it.
Yeah, Square Enix has a long partnership with Smash Brothers. They recently brought Geno costumes to Smash Brothers Wii U as DLC. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and we can't forget about our boy Cloud Strife.
Yeah. Disney would also need clearance from Tetsuya Nomura and Square Enix. With Nomura and Square Enix allowing Cloud Strife in Smash 4, Sora seems like a decent possibility for Smash 5. So yes, again, everyone wants their characters in Smash Brothers. The only thing is, honestly, I bet if they said, okay, we will... What happened there? You froze up, Tivy.
I did?
For a little bit. You okay?
Yeah, you cut off for a little bit.
Oh, it must be this cold I have. It's affecting the time-space continuum, freezing people.
Oh, snows.
Yeah. So like everyone wants their characters in, And I think the only way they could have their characters in is if they, like, if Square Enix was like, okay, we have several teams of developers, so we will give you 5 or 10 of our developers to work on this character for Smash. Because with Sakurai, the problem is his team is already hard at work. So to add in more characters would mean they would have to not just create the character, create the moves, create how all of the other characters interact with those moves, but they would have to go through and then rebalance every other character. So it takes a lot of work to just add in one character, because you have to then go through and possibly tweak all of the other characters. And when there's like 60, 70, 80 characters in a game, that takes a lot of time. So just simply adding in one character isn't as easy as a lot of people think. A lot of people think that you can just program a character, drop him in, that's it. So what I was thinking is if Square or whoever, like Xbox, who wants their characters in Smash Brothers, was like, okay, we will pay for the development cost of the characters being in. Your developers are already hard at work. So we want, like, who's an example here? We want Sora to be in Smash Brothers. So we will get 5 developers who have worked on Kingdom Hearts, who have experience with programming Sora and other Kingdom Hearts characters, to work on Smash Brothers to put him in the game. And like, we will take care of the cost, and then once he is released as a DLC character, then that money can be sent to us to pay for that work. I think in that case, because it wouldn't take any extra effort from Sakurai's team, then he would say, yes, put any character you want in the game, because in the end, that'll just make it sell more, and it'll be more money for him and his team, because they don't have to do any of the development for it. The other team, who are already familiar with working with those characters, are the ones developing it for Smash Brothers. And then once he drops it in as DLC, he just makes millions of dollars from it, and then millions of dollars also goes to Square Enix. And then that would even encourage more people to buy Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out in the future. So that's the scenario that I'm thinking of. But Smash Brothers Ultimate Villains, Shadow, Porky, Kamek, I don't know how to pronounce that. The beginning of the King K. Rool trailer shows Mario vs. Bowser, Link vs. Ganondorf, or Lonk vs. Ganondorf.
Lonk from Pennsylvania, baby.
Verby versus Metaphort Knife. Fox versus Wolf. Samus versus Ridley. The trailer implies a heroes versus villains motive, with Nintendo matching up its heroes with their rivals and adversaries. Give me ice cream or else, says Blue Kirby. This makes leaks suggesting the inclusion of Skull Kid and Black Shadow even more likely. They would serve as adversaries to Young Link and Captain Falcon. Samurai Gora is another outside possibility, with F-Zero rumored to return to Switch, who better to include than Falcon's longtime rival. Shadow the Hedgehog, who could just be like another Echo Fighter. You wouldn't really have to change it that much.
Yeah, just do an Echo Fighter. That's all I need.
Like, just make Sonic black. Like, that's, it's Shadow. There you go. And then, isn't his final Smash, like, he turns yellow, like, to the golden Sonic?
Yeah, for Sonic's final Smash, he turns into Super Sonic.
Yeah, so just
you could literally do the same thing for Shadow. They both have the same super form.
Yeah.
It can work.
Yeah, so just make him, like, just give him, like, a darker colored theme, and then, yeah, so you got Shadow the Hedgehog. Just give him a gun.
No, we don't need it from that point in history.
Star Fox has a gun.
Yeah, but this is Sonic the Hedgehog we're talking about here.
But it's Shadow. The only game that Shadow got to himself, he had a gun.
But that's a realistic gun. Fox has a plasma pistol. There's a difference between an actual gun and a plasma pistol. I could be here all day talking about that, but I'd rather not.
And then whenever you win with Sonic in this game, they could make it to where like a real human girl walks in and kisses him,
Oh
congratulates
no,
him
no,
from Sonic
no,
06.
no.
All right. Another possible inclusion is Porky Minch. I don't know. Also known as Pokey. Ness and Lucas's rival from Earthbound and Mother 3. Yoshi is also left without a rival. Comic would fit right in on the Smash Bros. Ultimate roster next to characters like Bowser Jr. With an already huge roster, some characters may appear as assists, trophies, or Echo Fighters. Expect some big announcements in the next few months. So we have another piece of news coming at the very end of this. So we're ending and beginning with Smash Brothers, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth with Skull Kid and Smash Brothers because that's the most likely rumor because there's a lot of stuff pointing towards it. But we're going to cover all of those at the very end, but there are so much Smash Brothers stuff that we got to get through the other stuff. Yeah. So closing out Smash Brothers. Going to the Forbes publishes and Yanks article that says Diablo 3 is coming to Switch with exclusive Breath of the Wild content. Would you like to read this story for us?
Okay, I got the right one, right?
Yeah, the Go Nintendo.
All right. So, okay, let's see. Forbes publishes Yanks article that says Diablo 3 is coming to Switch with exclusive content. Earlier today, Forbes published an article that confirmed Diablo 3 for Switch. It appears Forbes may have jumped the gun on embargo, though, as the article has been removed. Thankfully, we still have all the details from that feature. The Switch version is called the Eternal Collection. There is 4-player local multiplayer on a single Switch. There is 4-player local multiplayer on 4 separate Switch units as well. You can play online through the Switch Online service. There is cloud save support. It includes the Reaper of Souls and Rise of the Necromancer expansion packs, plus all other added content. The game is $60. There is Nintendo exclusive in-game bonuses. There is the Ganondorf cosmetic armor set, the Triforce portrait frame, the Cuckoo pet, and Echoes of the Mask cosmetic wings. We will keep the story mark as a rumor until the game is officially confirmed, but I'd say that it's just a matter of time now. So,
Did you ever play Diablo 3?
Nope.
Nope. No Diablo for you?
No Diablo. And, this isn't really making me want to get Diablo.
No?
I mean, it's cool, but...
I mean, it shows the artwork or a screenshot or something. I guess this is just artwork of Ganondorf or someone wearing the... I don't know if this is actually Ganondorf in the game or if it's...
It's a slight it looks like a slight redesign. It kind of looks like a combination of his Twilight Princess and Hyrule Warriors forms, actually.
Yeah.
The costume looks cool, I will say that.
Yeah, either way, it does look really cool. It might get me to play Diablo 3. Like, the game... I've always been interested in online multiplayer adventure-like games on the Switch. There's rumors that Breath of the Wild, or Aonuma in an interview, said for the next big Zelda game, he would like to take what he learned from Triforce Heroes and apply it to the Breath of the Wild engine, which basically means a multiplayer Breath of the Wild sequel of some sorts. If it's not an actual sequel, continuation of the game, then it would be like a spiritual sequel. It just uses the same engine and everything, but it doesn't necessarily connect to the story. Kind of like Triforce Heroes originally just used the engine for A Link Between Worlds, and then it gave you like a multiplayer game in the engine of A Link Between Worlds. Originally it wasn't connected to the story, but then they went back and made it a direct sequel. So, like, whether it is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild or an entirely different Link, then yeah. It says bye bye stream. No, the stream's back up, guys.
Yeah, stream should be back up.
Yeah, it's I have a cold, so it's affecting the time warp, so time kind of freezes sometimes. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Aonuma, he wants to make a multiplayer game with the Breath of the Wild engine. So the next best thing to that, because that would probably come out in a few years from now, is a Zelda crossover game with
Diablo.
Yeah, because Diablo is basically like a dungeon crawler. So
yeah.
Super Saiyan Gamer says, "I am bored. If you're bored, just don't watch the stream. Watch something else."
Yeah.
Hylian Luke says, "Thank you, Jesse Senpai." Ilya Rose says the stream's back. Michelle, says, "To me, it's kind of like Crusader with Ganondorf armor." Yeah, I mean, like, before this, I would have been slightly interested in Diablo 3, just to have something to play multiplayer. But now, with the Zelda crossover, I'm really interested. Alright, so moving on to Fortnite, Skyrifts will be closing up soon. So
no.
Sadly, yes, this also comes from Go Nintendo, another website similar to Nintendo Prime, who we have the giveaway going on with right now. So yeah, in the chat, I just posted a giveaway. You can... No, I didn't post the giveaway. Tevi, you get the link for the giveaway and post it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. So the giveaway... Where's it at? It's in the announcements on the Discord server, or you can go to one of the newer videos. So anyways, the giveaway is with Nintendo Prime. I actually have one with Nintendo Prime, so there's 3 giveaways going on right now. Each
I'm
is
just
for
gonna do this one.
a $20 eShop card. If you enter it, you can... so one is a partnership with Yuri of Wind, one of our good friends of the channel. One is with Nintendo Enthusiast, and one is with Nintendo Prime. So each giveaway has 5 ways to win, which is simply follow me on Twitter, follow them on Twitter, subscribe to me on YouTube, subscribe to them on YouTube, and the last is tweeting out a tweet that shares the giveaway. And on August 22nd, so in about a week, a little longer than a week from now, we will win. Because that just happens to be the day that I get paid from YouTube. So the day I get paid, then I can just pay the things and send the codes to the winner. So it's really simple. It takes like 5 seconds to enter. If you do all 3 giveaways, you'll increase your chance to win. And then maybe it'll take like 20 seconds. You just go through and like tap everything and it does it automatically. So yeah, Fortnite, who we actually play a lot of Fortnite on the server and do some live streams and stuff. But Fortnite Skyrifts will be closing up soon. The rifts in Fortnite are going away, and going away soon. A group of data miners have found out that the rifts are set to close up shop on August 21st, the day before the giveaway. That means the sky is going to get quite the overhaul, going back to a more normal look. Fortnite's next season doesn't kick off until September 17th, 2018. So it looks like Epic is clearing up the sky before they get to the teasing for next season. I like the rifts. You can drive the golf carts and everything to it. Ilya in the chat says she does not like Fortnite. Unpopular opinion. Ashley, Champion Ashley, who has her own YouTube channel, so shout out to you, Champion Ashley. She doesn't like Fortnite either. She actually left the chat the other day when we began playing. Well, the giveaway's Yuri of Wind. I love that guy. Yes, Andrew, or Yuri of Wind. So he has a new video posting this weekend. He's giving the giveaway a shout out in that video because he works a lot harder doing research on his videos than most people. So his videos take like 2 or 3 weeks to put out. Damien leaving the live stream. Bye, Damien. Chrissy in the chat says Fortnite. Love you, hate you. What else is there? Yeah, Damien says
That's all I can see.
Fortnite is a good game. All right, so
It's good.
maybe he's saying bye to the Skyrifts. All right,
Yeah.
going on to the
Classic.
next piece of news. Do you want to take this one? This is kind of a smaller piece of news.
Yep. Well, it's a little bit bigger than the Fortnite one, but okay.
Well, I mean the
Doom.
the other one that you took.
Yeah. Okay. So Doom Eternal's devs say their goal is to make Doom Guy faster and more powerful. Doom Eternal looks like it's dialing up for the crazy factor to 11, which is exactly what any good game of Doom should do. In an interview with Game Reactor, creative director Hugo Martin and game director Marty Stratton explained how they're revamping the Doom Guy to be a lot quicker this time around and also way more powerful. Hugo Martin starts by saying he's got a lot of new abilities. He's got a shoulder-mounted equipment launcher, which is pretty awesome. I mean, the main goal is to make him faster and more powerful, right? And so now when you shoot out equipment like grenades and you saw the flamethrower, you don't have to take your hands off the guns. You can do it at the same time. Also, the Doom Blade. Not only does it look cool and adds a new visual wrinkle to the game, which makes you feel awesome, and they're really cool looking, they actually enable you to take out enemies faster so that you can get to the point a little quicker. And one of our main goals was to provide the player with the tools to more easily take out larger demons, because there are bigger demons here and a lot more of them. And then Marty Stratton adds on, we've added the dash ability, we've removed crouch and added dash. Completely changes the feel of the game for the better. It gives you an opportunity to dash in for a glory kill, cover larger spaces. You combine that with the meat hook, the new demon grapple hook off the super shotgun, adds a whole new level of improv capability to Doom combat.
All right.
So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on all of this? Did you play the original Doom on Switch?
I really, really wish that I had money at the time that Doom came out for the Switch, because it does look like a really, really good game. And I'm not a big FPS guy. Like, I don't play Call of Duty anymore. I used to back in the PlayStation 2 days, but I haven't been that big of a fan of FPSs at all. But Doom looks really interesting because it looks like it's not handled like a traditional FPS. Like, you're not running up, shooting somebody, and then hiding. Running up, shooting somebody, and then hiding. You are in the action. You are going at it. And I'm genuinely excited for Doom Eternal. I might actually pick this one up. I'm excited. I hope I can get this one.
Yeah, it's I didn't play the original Doom on Switch, but I played it on PlayStation 4. And of course, when I say original Doom, I just mean the remake, the revamped Doom, not like the old Doom that people played a long time ago.
Yeah.
We're talking about the remake
New Doom.
of Doom. I guess it's a remake. I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, new.
I'd say
new
maybe
Doom.
a reboot.
New Doom. So Doom
New
Eternal is a sequel. I guess Doom was already a really fast-paced shooter. Like it even had like really fast metal music in the background to kind of give it more of an intense feel. So I can see them trying to make the next one even more fast, even more intense. So it all makes sense to me. I guess we can move on to the next piece of news. So right there is how I intended for this to go. So again, this is just like the pilot episode of this. Like we're just going to talk about the news, a minute or two on the actual topic. There's a lot of different sections of the Smash Brothers news. So that's why we stopped after each one to cover our bases. So that was more like 5 news stories in one, rather than just like one news story. But yeah, this last one here, everyone hopefully can see the image on their screen. Again, usually on the Highland Gamescast, it's just us on the screen, so you can't see what we're talking about. But we do tell you what the websites are and stuff, so if you do want to follow along, then you can. We'll say what the website is, the title of the article, so you can type the article and everything in the Google, search it, read along with us if you want. But if you don't want to, then we talk about everything that's there anyways. So with this, it's a big thing that some people put together. They really should have put their name on it so we could credit them. But
Yeah. I believe that it was somebody. Somebody posted this on Twitter in reply to Relax Alax, who at first pointed out the different colored chairs representing Tattle and Tail. So this whole big thing was put together by somebody else. I apologize for not catching the name when I downloaded the image.
All right. So whoever put this together, they say Skull Kid and Smash Ultimate, going from the top left down, and then we'll go to the next row because there's like 4 rows with this. So we're going to start at the left and go down if you want to follow along. It says, well, first it has colors for the chairs with the fairies on his right, and then on his left, of course Sakurai's left, it has pillows sort of going with the same color as Skull Kid, because it has the green color of his skin, or like, not skin, the green color of his
gloves, his pants, his little vest thingy.
The tights, I guess you could call them.
Tights.
And then his actual tunic is the color of the pillows. So, like, it matches his color palette, and it matches the color palette of the actual fairies. And then the words underneath the picture says, the background in Smash Direct seems to somewhat resemble the Skull Kid's color palette. Sounds far-fetched, but after Sakurai teased K-Rool, Simon Belmont, with red eyes, anything is possible. Below that, it says, the moon is already an assist trophy, and so far, there has only been 1 Zelda assist trophy per Zelda game. Many of the newcomers were originally Mii characters, alongside Skull Kid, but there have been some Mii costumes that have been deconfirmed, such as Ashley, Zero, and Knuckles. So, Nintendo came out and specifically stated those 3 characters were not going to be in Smash Brothers, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
However, they have not came out and said that Skull Kid is not going to be in Smash. And even if they did, for the longest time, what were they saying, Tevi? Who's too big for Smash Brothers?
Ridley.
Ridley is too big for Smash Brothers, and now we have characters. So for like basically a decade or however long, the creator of the game has said Ridley will never be in Smash Brothers. Now he's in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, now he's in Smash Brothers.
So even if they say a character's not going to be in the game, like with this, Ashley, Zero, and Knuckles, it's very likely at some point they're going to be in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Because now we know just because they say something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay that way. They change their minds a lot, apparently. In the next row, it has Young Link. Seth in the chat says, very true, very true. That's a rumor now, Skull Kid for Smash. I'd be down for that. It says RP, capital G, because he is a G. Yeah. Some dad jokes there. All right, so Young Link's final smash hasn't been shown yet. Possibly a Fierce Deity for FS. What?
Final smash.
Oh yeah, okay. It's weird because they say final smash at the top and then they just put FS. So I was thinking 4 swords.
His fist.
No, I was thinking 4 swords because like possibly a Fierce Deity final smash to match with the reveal of Skull Kid. I don't think I played as Young Link when I played Smash Brothers Ultimate.
He wasn't
in the characters for the E3 demo.
Yeah, he wasn't in the demo.
Yeah, so at E3 we didn't have the option to play as him. Missing in action, despite other characters with dedicated fan bases, Ashley, Waluigi being deconfirmed. Then we have a post from... Oh gosh, I gotta zoom in on this one. A post from Legend of Zelda A-Team saying at least 2 newcomers. One of them is strongly implied to be Skull Kid, more Go Fighters coming too. And then underneath it says LOZ18, a leaker that correctly predicted the E3 showcase and the Direct, said one of the newcomers is heavily implied to be Skull Kid. And then these two are the most likely explanations. He's a playable character or just a boss fight, is the conclusion.
I doubt he's a boss fight. So
the next row says The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, showing the logo for it above, was released the same year, 2015. The final roster was decided. So is that the final roster for this game? Or the Wii U?
The final roster for the Wii U version was decided, I believe, back in 2012. So the final roster for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was in, I believe, late 2015, once the DLC for Smash for Wii U and 3DS wrapped up.
Okay. So below that it says some kind of heroes versus villains theme going on, also pointed out by LOZ18 and other leakers. And Skull Kid is a perfect match for Youngling. Skull Kid's final smash. So they have two smashes, like one with the meter filling up that's like a smaller ultimate ability, whatever they called it. And then they have the bigger one. So the smaller one should be him throwing the moon. Like a little mini moon that just comes across the screen to attack people but won't necessarily knock them off.
Yeah.
The second should be Skull Kid drops to the ground, but the mask stays floating. And then it turns into Majora's Wrath, or like the final figure.
Yes, please, the one with the whips.
Yeah, and then it just uses the whips to like smack everybody around.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That way you get the moon and you actually get Majora. Because then it would seem, because Majora controls Skull Kid like a puppet. So then you're not necessarily playing a Skull Kid. If you pick Skull Kid, you're playing as Majora, who is controlling Skull Kid. So there's a little bit of depth there. Finally, we have the last row. Would you like to take it, Tevi?
I shall. Thank you very much. Alright, so when Skull Kid was revealed as an assist trophy in Smash 4, Sakurai explicitly clarified that he's not a playable character and he knows that he's a popular pick. And of course we have the pick of the day. Here's a new assist trophy, the Skull Kid. I repeat, it's an assist trophy, not a new fighter. The characters announced on the website are the fighters. And then you have the Rambling Evil Mushroom from Earthbound. The Rambling Evil Mushroom from Earthbound reverses the directional inputs of the player, which is one of the abilities the Skull Kid assist trophy had in Smash 4. Note, the Shadow assist trophy and the timer item create the same effect despite being in the same game. Also, the Skull Kid effect is stage-wide, while the mushroom needs to be aimed. So, yeah, there is a lot of evidence for Skull Kid's inclusion. I am on the Skull Kid car in the Smash Brothers hype train, so I hope all of you will join me.
The Skull Kid car?
Yeah, like the Skull Kid booth in the hype train for Smash.
Oh, okay. So, everyone that's watching, we had around 30 to 40 people at the max for this first episode. We have 27 watching now. That was all of the news, but as always, we're going to be ending with a discussion back and forth with the people that are watching. So if you have any questions that you would like to have us answered, we'll try to get 5 to 10. Give us your thoughts. Ask us whatever questions you would like. If you have a super chat, we will automatically take your question, just as we do on the Highland Gamescast. This will be every 2 days. So every 2 days we will have this. If it is successful, we will have it every day at 5 or 6 p.m. So if you want to be a part of this at another time, 6 p.m. Eastern. So like right now, for me, it is 7:15. So an hour and 15 minutes ago, whatever time zone you're in, is when we start this. And then every time it'll be roughly around this same time. So give us your questions on all of this. Let us know. Autumn Feather says hi. So hello to you. So again, everyone get your questions in. And for if you have news that you would like us to cover, like if something comes up and you just really want us to talk about it, send it to us on Twitter, or send it to me on Twitter, I guess, at GameOverJesse, or you can join the Discord and you can send it to us on there. There's links in the description and in the thing for the description, or for the Discord link. And help us come up with a name for this. So I hope everyone enjoyed, but now it's time for the Q&A portion, similar to the Zelda mailbag on the Hylian Gamescast. So if you can come up with a name for this, every 2 days, might be every day, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So if you're in California, 3 p.m. it starts. Here in the US, 6 p.m. This will not be divided up into sections and posted later, like the Hylian Gamescast. It is only going to post live automatically after. So, no questions from me, says JD Hauscher. My uncle's name is JD, so cool. For me at the moment, I love this new kind of news discussion video. I will definitely be back for more of these. Illy Rose says, gotta go, I've got a headache, and we'll be trying to sleep it off. Well, hope you get rid of your headache. I was feeling like crap earlier today, so hopefully you can get rid of yours. And thank you for sending all of the audio for the next 2 videos. Both about Majora's Mask, actually. So I guess Skull Kid news kind of ties in with this. Gibbs, with the first question, says, did you hear about NVIDIA's new cars being annexed? I think he meant cards being announced next week. The RTX 2080. Is it the RTX 2080? They're putting an R in front of it and they're not going with GTX? That's interesting. No, there was a lot of people, like, I was under the impression that it would go from 1080 to 2080. Some people were saying it would go to 1180. Both were rumors, but it's nice to know that there's finally information coming out about it. The next time that I got a decent paycheck to where I was actually able to pay off all my bills and stuff, I was going to invest in a 1080, maybe a 1070. I don't really need a 1080, but something good enough to play games and stream. I have the RX, or not RX, the R9 280X right now from AMD, which isn't that great. Like, I can play a lot of games on high settings, ultimate or ultra settings at 1080, but once I go to stream, I have to lower everything down to low settings, which really messes it up. But if I get something good enough, like a 1070 or 1080, because I don't need to be playing in like 4K or anything, 1080p is fine. That would be more than enough to do all of that. And I was hoping to upgrade to a the newer CPUs are coming out, but I would be fine with getting the 8800, the i7 8800, which is the like one of the top CPUs from Intel, which would also help a lot with streaming, because like my laptop has an i7 7700, but that's the laptop version of the CPU. Anyways, more questions. Gus says, see ya, Ilya. Michelle, do you have any parameters for questions right now? No, any questions? Any question at all?
Anything.
Yeah, like we usually talk about Zelda, but as you just seen, our first question was about GPUs. But yeah, like if it gets announced and comes out before I'm able to upgrade my computer to help with these streams, then I'll have a better purchase. Otherwise, I'll buy it and then like 6 months later, the new thing will come out and then I'll be behind, which, as long as it's able to do what I want it to do, it's fine. Gladiator says, hey, I mentioned this in the last comic section. Nice to see it covered. Yes, thank you, Gladiator.
Let's see. Chicken Perm. Mine is
I love
Smash
chicken
Pokemon.
parmesan.
So good. Mine is Smash Pokemon Mario Party. What was your most wanted game for the rest of the year for Switch?
For the rest of the year,
Yeah. Oh, I
Wind
don't
Waker
know.
HD.
I hope it gets announced.
So
Wind
here's the
Waker
thing.
HD.
The president CEO of Nintendo, whatever, said there was a lot more first-party games that were going to be released this year that were unannounced. All right.
Which I don't get that. Like, why?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If another big game came out that was new, like a brand new IP or a brand new game, they would need 6 months or so to market it, to tell people what it is, kind of like what they did with Splatoon when it first came out. But if they come out with a remake or a port, it'll still count as a new game, and they won't need a long time to market it. Because, like, if Wind Waker comes out, everyone already knows what Wind Waker is. If it gets ported to Switch, everyone already knows what it is. Everybody already knows if they want to buy it or not. So they do not need to market or spend months trying to build up hype for it because everybody already knows what it is. So I think, what kind of game can they release that doesn't require the months or the years worth of marketing that would still be an unannounced game? Like an unannounced first party game. My thought is more ports, more remakes. Breath of the Wild was game of the year. So, and they have no more DLC coming out for it. So what could they do?
Probably at this point, start putting out ports and remasters.
Yeah, give us like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I think they would do the same thing again, where they release Wind Waker first and then Twilight Princess later on as ports. If we got lucky,
you gotta give us
a
a
collection. Yeah. But what were we saying?
You gotta give me a Skyward Sword remake,
yeah,
please.
Skyward Sword.
Like that game does not get the praise that it deserves, and even though I didn't personally complete it, I thought it was a pretty decent Zelda game, and I think it deserves a second chance. And I think that, put it on this thing, you take these off, you swing them around, and I think it's gonna sell hotcakes. It's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Si, senor. Fairs Olorf says, so there's a PC version of Zelda Majora's Mask, only if you buy an emulator or download an emulator.
Yeah.
And emulating games is legal. Downloading games is illegal. So if you get an emulator, make sure you get the file from your own games. Then you can play Majora's Mask on a computer.
I've always had the mentality of, if I own the game already, then I feel comfortable enough to get an emulator and, get the ROM.
Yeah.
But
that would be the same as like saving your own file or backup. This is just the same thing.
Yeah, I don't like using emulators for games that I do not own.
Yeah.
So I would not get an emulator for the GameCube version of Wind Waker, even though I already have the Wii U version of Wind Waker. Yeah. It's one of those things. I know the debate for emulation has sparked up recently, again, but it's one of those things where you got to be smart about it, and if you do emulation and not buy the games, you're taking money away from the company, and that they lose business and they can risk going out of business. Which, it's Nintendo. They aren't going out of business for a while, but it still hurts them when you emulate games instead of going out and buying them your own. So I encourage you all, go out, buy your own games.
Buy Zelda games.
Buy Zelda games.
If you already have Breath of the Wild, buy another copy, because then that'll encourage them to put out the next game faster.
Yeah, just buy 50 bajillion copies of Breath of the Wild. Get so many copies of Smash Ultimate when it comes out, and oh my god, man! End of 2018, beginning of 2019 is gonna be rough for me. because Smash is coming out in December. Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out in January. Oh.
All right. Well, the next question. We'll take 3 more questions and then we'll end it. Otherwise, we could be here all day. So, Chicken Perm and RPG both says Starlink is the game they're looking forward to. Or no, sorry. Chicken says mine is Starlink for 2018. RPG corrects him, says Starlink is 2019. But then Chicken says no, it's October 16, 2018. So.
Oh, is it?
It's odd. He says Starfield is 2019. Anyways, the question comes from Seth, saying realistically, what do you guys think the next Zelda will be on? The 3DS or the Switch? I myself am leaning heavily towards the Switch, even if the game feels more like a handheld Zelda. So yeah, I don't think hardly any games are going to be coming out for the 3DS. I think just like they finally moved Pokemon to the Switch, if another handheld Zelda game or a 2D Zelda game comes out, even if it is 2D, I believe it'll still be on the Nintendo Switch. Next question.
Here's one from Michelle Jones. Do you think they should bring back a pretty old IP and update it into a much better graphics engine? Yes! Can we get an Ice Climbers reboot, please?
Yeah, that would be interesting. And then each person could control on a Joy-Con.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I think you got the resources for it, Nintendo. People love the Ice Climbers. They clamored so hard when they were unreleased for Smash 4. Come on, guys. You know, people care about the Ice Climbers just as much as we do.
Yeah. All right. Someone give us our final question. Take us out. So the next question that comes up will be our last.
Smash, 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 smash.
Javier says, I also really hope they'll bring back Ganondorf Gerudo form and give an expanding story.
Please.
Gus says, I
miss
agree with
Ganondorf.
Tevi. Gibbs, just living like usual. Nothing to see here. Move along. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll go out with Javier's question. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. He says, I also really hope they'll bring back Ganondorf Gerudo form and give him an expanding story again, like in Twilight Princess. Maybe have Ganondorf try to kidnap the sages to open the sacred realm, conquer it. Well, Didn't
Yuga already do that?
Yeah, that was what Yuga was doing, but you don't necessarily need the sages to open the sacred realm.
Yeah.
You can, like the Temple of Time leads to the sacred realm. And then, like, a Link to the Past, Ganondorf, or Ganon, figures out a way to go back and forth between the sacred realm, which at this point is the Dark World, and Hyrule. Like, while we actually have a video on this that we posted a couple of weeks ago that was like the top 10 best thing Ganondorf has ever done. And one of them, while he's imprisoned in the Sacred Realm, which is at this point the Dark World. Yes, Michelle Jones says, I want Earthbound. That's another game. Like, that would be a straight up JRPG from Nintendo. So that would be really cool to give an updated one. And to ensure it sells a lot, they could include like Mother 3 as a bonus on it. Like a pack-in.
Yeah, give us Mother 3, Nintendo. Come
similar
on.
to like
Stop teasing us.
Star Fox Zero and the tower defense game that came with it, where you had to control the different cameras. But anyways, back to our final question. While Ganondorf was in the Dark World, which was the Sacred Realm, corrupted, he was stuck there, couldn't get out, but he could like get some of his power out. So he created a version of himself in the real world, Hyrule, while he was stuck there. So we had Agnehelm, which was the wizard guy. He was like the main bad guy in A Link to the Past. that would like kidnap the princess and everything. So he was acting outside, and it was an interesting story. The backstory for A Link to the Past says that as Agnehem, which was his avatar for a while he was stuck in the Dark World, to gain the trust of the King of Hyrule, he actually saved Hyrule from another threat. So while Ganondorf was trapped, another evil, and it's very vague on this, but another threat or another evil thing came to take over Hyrule. And as Agnehem, Ganondorf defeated that evil threat, and it allowed him to gain the trust of the king, which is how he was able to imprison the princess and take control of the guards, because he was already like a trusted subject. Just like Link in most Zelda games, after he saves Hyrule, he gains the trust of the royal family. Obviously, Princess Zelda he always gains the trust of, but you can imply if he saves Hyrule and Zelda trusts her, Impa trusts him, I said her, then obviously the rest of them will trust him as well. Anyways, that was our last question. Again, if you want your question assured to be answered on this show or our Hylian Gamescast, you can become a Patreon supporter, or you can give us a super chat at any time during the episode. Even if we're in the middle of a news topic and you give us a super chat, we will stop the news, read it off, answer it, discuss it, go back to the news. So thank you everybody for watching. I can't really see how many people were actually watching. I guess I can bring it up here.
24?
Yeah, so we got 23 people watching now. I think we got up to like 30 to 40 people. So thank you everyone who watched. I'm looking at this as a success for the first episode. So thank you again. You can join our Discord server if you would like, because we're always chatting on there.